in the journey of the African Democratic Congress towards presenting a credible governing alternative to the Nigerian people. When the committee was constituted on February 2nd, 2026, we were given a clear assignment. We were asked to build the intellectual architecture of governance. We were asked to move the party from political rhetoric to policy clarity, from aspiration to execution, from opposition to preparedness. Our mandate was straightforward but demanding. Develop a coherent, solution-driven policy framework that positions the ADC not merely as a political party, just another political party, but as a government in waiting. Over the past week, the committee has, with discipline, seriousness, and a strong sense of national responsibility, through the efforts of 11 sub-sectoral committees, we have examined the major pillars of Nigeria's national life, covering agriculture, the economy, energy, infrastructure, governance and the rule of law, security reforms, the health sector, human capital development, industrialization, foreign policy, and of course, environmental stewardship. The result of that work is the interim report and the compendium of policy principles, which we will have the pleasure of formally presenting to our national chairman today. The significance is that a coherent strategic direction is already emerging. National chairman, across all the submissions, one central idea connects the work of the committee. Nigeria must rebuild, recreate a citizen-centered state. A state where institutions serve citizens, where the economy produces and creates jobs, where security protects communities, and where governance delivers measurable value to its people, its citizens. This framework is therefore not a catalogue of promises. It is a governing philosophy that the ADC, all ADC's governments, will have to adopt. It is built on the conviction that Nigeria's crisis is not the absence of plans. Nigeria's crisis is the failure of institutions to deliver for its citizens. The task before us, therefore, is to rebuild state capabilities, strengthen the rule of law, expand productive capacity, and ensure that all ADC governments will work for the Nigerian people. The interim report shows that the committee has successfully completed the first phase of its assignment. All 11 subcommittees have submitted structured reports, achieved full submission compliance, and established the foundations of a comprehensive policy architecture. But this milestone is not the end of the work. In many ways, it is only the beginning of the most important phase. The committee now enters the final stretch of its mandate, and this phase will focus on 3 critical tasks. Firstly, harmonization and refinement. The policy principles developed by the subcommittees will be carefully aligned to ensure coherence across sectors, to ensure fiscal realism, and to ensure clear implementation pathways. Second, stakeholder engagement. The committee will begin structured consultations across the nation, including sectoral validation sessions with experts and practitioners. These engagements will ensure that policies we produce are grounded in the realities of Nigerians, the realities in which they live all across the sections, the spread of the entire nation. Thirdly, manifesto articulation. Following these consultations, we will translate the policy architecture into a clear, campaign-ready national manifesto that presents a credible contract, that will represent, of course, a credible contract between the African Democratic Congress and the people of this long-suffering nation. The manifesto will simply tell Nigerians what we promise to do. It will also show Nigerians how the ADC as a party and all its governments intend to provide leadership. Mr. Chairman, my distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge facing this country are serious economic hardship, insecurity, institutional fragility. Without institutions, of course, we cannot deliver, and declining public trust, which is a very, very serious issue indeed. But these challenges also create an opportunity for leadership, clarity, and bold policy thinking. The work of the committee is part of preparing the nation, the ADC leadership, to tackle the issues involved. Let me therefore take this opportunity to commend members of this great team. Whoever advised you and those who helped you pick have done this nation a world of good, because I am working. I must also acknowledge the steering committee, which is constituted, of course, of the leadership of the main committee and the chairman of the various subcommittees. And most importantly, sir, most importantly, Mr. Chairman, there are quite a few younger, intelligent, purposeful, dedicated, passionate young men whom it has been my singular pleasure to meet, to be introduced to, and to be reported upon as to the contributions behind the scenes that they have been making to the work of this committee. The progress reflected in the interim report demonstrates that the African Democratic Congress is serious about governance, serious about policy, serious about our great nation, Nigeria. And as we move into the final phase of our work, the objective remains very clear: to put a manifesto that is credible, that is coherent, that is implementable, and that is worthy of the trust of the Nigerian people. Critical factor, the trust of the Nigerian people. And given that we are aware, of course, that the National Convention has been fixed for April 14th, and we recognize that the manifesto will have to be ready before that convention, so we are undertaking to make sure that we get the final document to you early enough for these purposes. Nigeria deserves leadership that prepares, that knows what it wants to do, that knows that its intent is to move the nation they take over from the point they took it over to point B, which will be a manifest improvement on the fortunes of our nation. We are going to provide a leadership that thinks before it acts, leadership that builds institutions that work and are prepared to be of service. And I want to assure you, Mr. Chairman, I think at this stage I have to, with every respect, I present to you the interim report. The manifesto is already being worked on as we are here now, and you'll be very glad to be here. Thank you very much.
I now invite some members of the steering committee and the secretary.
He's a member secretary.
Okay, so for the picture on 3, we're gonna say arise and shine on 3. So hold it up. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Arise and shine. Thank you, sir. Thank you. As the members of the committee make their way back to their seats, we now invite the chairman of the African Democratic Congress, His Excellency Senator David Mark, to give his address.
And I can't sit down unless you sit down.
Okay, sit down, Chairman.
No, you have to sit down.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you to this very important ceremony. Today marks an important milestone in our collective journey to restore confidence in the leadership of our country. I received this report not just as a document, but as a bold statement of vision, courage, and commitment to the Nigerian people. Our nation stands at a defining moment. Nigerians are yearning for leadership that listens, leadership that understands their struggles, leadership that places the welfare or their welfare above all else. This manifesto represents our answer to that call. It reflects, I believe, the aspirations of farmers, workers, students, entrepreneurs, and millions of citizens who believe that Nigeria can and must work for everyone. It speaks to our determination to build a nation founded on justice, a nation founded on opportunity, a nation founded on tight security, and our shared prosperity. Let me commend your effort, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, for the amount of time you put in to produce this work, and within such a short time. Let me commend you also for the intellectual depth and patriotism and zeal with which you produce this result. You have laid a solid foundation upon which this party will present a clear and credible alternative to Nigerians. For us in the ADC, politics must never be about power for the sake of power. It must be about service. It must be about accountability and the courage to do what is right for our people and for our country. Armed with this manifesto, we will move forward with renewed confidence, united in purpose, and determined to offer Nigeria leadership that inspires hope and delivers results. Before I conclude, let me assure Nigerians that the ADC will remain focused on our mission to rescue Nigeria. We will not be distracted. I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, that together we will build the Nigeria of our dreams. Thank you, the members of the committee. God bless Nigeria, and God bless all of you. Thank you.